Hello, I thought I'd start the video outside. It's a little bit windy, but I wanted to do a video about the moon, the full moon tomorrow. It's a blue moon. August 2023, it's all happening. It's a full moon in Pisces. Oh, look at that. I'm on Chapman's Peak. I've gone from shadow to light. The full moon. Oh, back inside now. Phew, that was windy. So where was I? I was talking about the blue moon tomorrow. That's August the 31st GMT. I think it's around 2:30 in the morning. We have that beautiful blue moon in Pisces. So, what does the moon represent? Look at that card. The moon is the mind. It is emotions, feelings, protection, feelings of protection, feeling protective, caring, nurturing. But as I always say with the moon, as it rules Cancer, look at those pincers right there. I know that's not a crab, it's meant to be a crayfish. However, look at those pincers. Don't underestimate a Cancerian. Even though this moon, okay, is in Pisces. Pisces, the fish. Pisces, the last sign. Pisces ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. So, what can we expect from full moon in Pisces? Well, on a great day, you can expect joyfulness, emotions, feeling really creative, feeling really in touch with the divine, with your friends, with all that is great in the world, all that is wonderful. You can expect to feel all that kind of stuff. That's quite nice, isn't it? Full moon in Pisces, blue moon, once in a blue moon. What is a blue moon? It is 2 full moons in a month, which is quite unusual. So, lovely full moon, blue moon in Pisces. Now the trick here, or the catch I should say, is that this moon is conjunct Saturn. So the moon is also the mind, it's how we think, how we process. And when you look at this tarot card of the moon, the dogs howling at the moon, the water, the deep water, that which emerges from deep water, the deep unconscious, and the 2 pillars where the moon is shining its moon rays deep in the night. I always wondered why it doesn't look like a night sky with this moon card. But there you go, it doesn't. So the moon conjunct Saturn. What do we know about Saturn? We know that Saturn is the strict disciplinarian. Saturn likes order. Saturn likes process and things to be all where it thinks it should be. Saturn can be very thwarting, and it can be constrictive and restrictive. So there's these 2 sides to Saturn. You've got this ability to put order into emotions, into creativity, to give a foundation to them. And on the other hand, you've got Saturn can constrict those emotions, can thwart those emotions. So those that you get emotional with or have relationship with, it is kind of, it's a way up situation. That, you might feel more emotional and you might be able to access with Saturn the deep reasoning for that, and put some order into your emotions. But at the same time, you might feel like you don't feel able to express the full emotions that you want to do, the full emotions that you're experiencing. And so I would, wherever Pisces is in your chart, you'll be feeling it kind of there. So So I would still celebrate it. Oh, you know, the lovely moon ritual of letting go of what has gone as the moon waxes. You know, the waxing moon is about building up. Then you get the full moon, the illumination from the sun. The sun is lighting up all that stuff in the mind and the heart and the caringness of the moon. It's all exposed. And then the waning moon is about just letting things naturally tie up and, you know, just kind of diminish and finish things off and send things off and, you know, get everything tied up nicely. But this moon is that fullness of taking it in. It's about manifesting what you want for the next month ahead between full moon and full moon. So what do you want to manifest for the next month? It's in Pisces. It's very touched with the angels, it's blessings, it's away with the fairies, it's luscious, it's lovely. Like I said, it's creative, it's dreamy, the utopian dream. So, you know, maybe Saturn can give foundations to the utopian dream for the next month. Saturn could give like order to your visions, you know. Pisces is very visionary. And for some people, it will be Saturn is possibly making you feel a bit wrapped up with your emotions and a bit struggling with getting them out, a little bit kind of frustrated with how you want to fully express and what you fully want to do regarding chatting and discussing emotional issues or discussing creative issues. You know, water, Pisces, water always seems to find a way. And that is the important message here, that water will always find a way. I always think of Saturn as granite, you know, like a block of granite. Great for support, not too good with hugs. Cold and like angular. And yet useful. What would the old temples have done without certain granite and marble? And the obelisks of Egypt are made from such material. So you've got water meeting granite. So, you know, water can wash that granite. And like I say, if you've got a bowl made of granite, it can hold the emotions and the creativity of Pisces. But the main thing is enjoy the blue moon. Just be mindful of everything, the possibilities. And of course, you can create what you want to create regarding how you're acting and how you're processing this energy that's around. Of course, there's 6 of the planets in retrograde at the moment. It's quite a time for, I'll just quickly go over this because I didn't make a video on it, but it is such a time of reflecting, going over things, going over what has worked for you, what isn't working for you, going over how you're transforming things, going over your love life, your relationships, your friendships even. It's also a time for, I know Pluto's in retrograde and Saturn is in retrograde, which is great because when Saturn is in retrograde, it's like, okay, it is actually going over plans. Like if you were having some building done, go over it with a fine tooth comb. Obviously it's opposite Virgo, the moon. So it's very good for that analytical stuff. Go over things, ponder over things. How did we get here again? What do we want to do now we're here? How do we move forward? What we want to do? How do we want to go forward? So, and that's in line with manifesting the, you know, the moon ahead, the month ahead. And again, this moon card is, why are the dogs barking at the moon? You know, what is it about lunar energy and lunacy and the mind and the fullness of the mind that the dogs are barking at? What is drawing the crayfish out of the water? What is the tidal pull and the mysterious rays and the mysterious magnetism of the moon that so many people go outside, including myself, to watch the moon and to bathe in the moon and to feel that whole different energy, the reflective energy from the sun. You know, it's all about reflection. And because there's so many planets in retrograde, it's kind of triple, quadruple, and whatever 6 is. But it's really a time to go deep, to be honest, to speak your mind, to get things sorted. And even if you feel your emotions are being thwarted or restricted, write them down, speak to yourself, talk it to a tree, sit down wherever you can and just speak it out and release the energy. So that's my take on the moon in Pisces, conjunct Saturn, August 2023, the blue moon. Have a wonderful lunar celebration, and drinking and eating things that are white and lunar shaped, and imbibing that fullness and imbibing your manifestations into your body, so they become you. You know, that lovely thing of, like, even if you make milk, you know, like a lovely milk drink, I don't know, with some spices in it and whatever, and you drink it and just kind of, you know, it becomes part of you. So try some of that. Another thing I wanted to say about this moon card, for some people it could be about, the moon can, because it represents the deep unconscious, it can represent what is unconsciously, what we're dreaming about, what we're fantasizing about, what we are fearing. So it can also represent, with this full moon and Saturn, again, giving more depth and understanding and form and structure to what we fear and what we're running away from. And it can also represent deep kind of tides, so like I say with that crayfish, you know, like an inexplicable pull, subconscious pull towards doing something, a feeling, a knowing, because of course the moon is intuition, it's highly intuitive. So it'd be interesting with the full moon that we get maybe more intuition into what we're dealing with, our personal kind of affairs and situations and mental processes that we're dealing with, our wishes and hopes and fears. So yes, I just wanted to say that as well with this moon card. And it's so funny, people driving past and leaving work and all chirpy, not knowing there's like 6 planets in retrograde. And that's why sometimes I think, okay, you know, it's going to happen anyway, isn't it? The planets are going to be in retrograde, the moon is going to happen. People, many people, millions of people go on without a clue and just carry on, don't they? And I love that. I sometimes love that. It's like, I don't want to know what's going on, and I just want to ride the wave and see where that wave takes me, and then go back in retrospect and have a look at what was actually going on. So yeah, just enjoy it, enjoy the learning, enjoy the expansion and the deep inner reflection that is possible at moments like this. Have fun.